Because you never know if your girlfriend had a big King Kong cock in her.
You know, you want to spread your seed all over the place.
How many partners you've had?
Around 2,000, maybe 1,500, 2,000.
A few days ago, we had a conversation where you said, "Wow, would you want to marry a woman who's had 50 partners?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you would have to think.
Think about what?
You would have to think.
She has loose morals.
She'll have.
Would she be considered at your time? Would she be considered very slutty if she has been with 50 men?
You had to make why.
You have to figure out why.
That's a lot.
If it's something
that's a lot to be with 50 different partners. Okay, that's not only just casual.
Also for men.
For men. Okay, well, we got these two different things for men.
Well, to me, I really don't want to know.
You don't want to know how many?
I don't think I want to know. It's kind of nasty. I think it's kind of nasty. Because you never know if your girlfriend had a big King Kong cock in her.
You don't want to know anything.
You don't really want to know about that shit. You want to know about the little guys. You're like, yeah, but you don't want to know about the black guy when she was in Aruba and shit. Then she was banging. She met at the club and she took it down. No.
We're here in Jay's cigar shop in Lake Havasu. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth, and I am actually from Lake Havasu. I just think it's part of human nature, natural selection that's ingrained in males to spread the seed.
Would you care how many sexual partners somebody that you're dating or you're with has had before you?
I don't think I would ask them a number, because I wouldn't want them to ask me my number, so...
No, they never asked me how many I've had. I never asked them how many they've had.
Well, if at that time you
because if somebody's been jumping all over the place, you know.
Well, what if they're from a big city and there's no trace?
Well, you still know. There's always trace.
Girls will tell you, you'll be like, hey, how many sexual partners you have? They'll be, my boyfriend was Sergey, my boyfriend was Julio. They don't count that dick in New York when they were on vacation. That dick doesn't count. Or the dick over there, like when they were visiting their aunt when they were away. They only count the dicks of boyfriends. Like, I had this boyfriend and this boyfriend. Oh, I have 5.
Is there a number that you think would be too much for a woman? You never cared to ask?
Not it. Why should I? What doesn't matter.
What is a big number that might shock you? A guy says, I've had 40. Is that a lot?
40 is not a lot for a guy.
3 digits?
Probably.
But is it okay for men to go through more partners than women, proportionally?
Listen, if he's...
Because we're the male species, or because
yeah,
we have to,
Well, like I said, you want to spread your seed all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the animal part.
Somewhere between 50 and 100, that's a lot.
Some guys could have up to a couple hundred.
But would you care?
I suppose if they put it to me in a number like that, I would care.
You would?
Yeah, that would make me a little nervous.
That would be the indicator that's the next cheater coming?
Well, I just think that would be just too many people to compare to.
It seems it's getting harder to stay with one person for people for that long.
Yes, it is.
Why do you think it's that way?
I think a lot of that is to do. People have different attitudes. It's I think that the women are more self-reliant. In other words, they don't have to rely upon the man to provide them. They can go out there and do it themselves. In the 50s, you started with one company like a General Motors or Ford, and you're stuck with that company for the rest of your life.
So that's basically how you should apply it to relationship and sexual life?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think it's better if you do that.
It's like a myth to saying that if a girl banged 50 guys are good at it. There's girls that really have 2 or 3 boyfriends and they're real good at it. Like, if you really like a girl and you're dating her and stuff like that, you're not gonna really do the nasty stuff. You're gonna do the face-to-face stuff and that. But if it's a girl you got booty call, you're slapping her, you're pulling on her hair, you're telling her to do nasty shit, and she might think, wow, I'm doing so much experimental shit because I really don't care.
But why don't you do that to your own chick?
Because it's just not right.
Shit, it is right.
Like if they lend you a car, you're backing up, you're doing
but that's why
your car, you don't want to fuck up your car. You're like, You know, you're parking in a nice place. When they lend you a car, you're just fucking that car up.
Does it matter how many sexual partners your lover, your loved one, or your potential, your fiance, your potential wife has had? Does it matter how many sexual partners?
I think it does.
So 16 would be a lot.
I think there's a lot.
But
Yeah, but
what
it's
about
a lot.
for a guy?
Well, you gotta understand. But for it depends. You know, I attribute it you being a slut by the area you're at. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a place where there's no clubs and stuff like that, and you fuck 16 guys,
And you really tried.
then you're like, you're really trying to get some fucking cock. But if you're at South Beach or you're here in LA, cock goes everywhere. Cock is everywhere.
What's the comfortable number we should give them?
Well,
If you wanna lie about it,
comfortable, like,
and they don't let you go until they get a number, but you're not gonna give the real number.
I say you say 13, 14. Some girls really want to have sex.
Yeah.
Like you can't even make it to the fucking, like you're scared to go to your house. Like there's girls that really like to suck dick. Like, I've met some girls that want to suck dick. Like, you're driving them to their job and they're like, you want me to suck your dick before I go in? And we'll be in the parking lot.
Yeah.
But there's girls that won't be like, and they're like, okay.
Now it's time for third and our final part of this episode where you will see some real sexpert opinion.
Guys are looking for fuck, and they pretend to feel love. And girls are looking for love, but they pretend to sell sex. So that's why they get disappointed when the guy doesn't call.
How many partners you've had?
Around 2,000, maybe 1,500, 2,000.